What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here, live and in color. Welcome to Talk the Real Deal with AT2. Hashtag TTRD. What's up, everybody? And yes, today is the 19th, and it's officially my birthday. Remember, yesterday was a celebration, and today is the official birthday. I am 32, aka 32, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who hung out yesterday. When I ended the live stream, we had over 400 people, which is crazy because nothing like that has ever been done on YouTube before. I don't care what nobody tells you, ain't nothing like that has ever been done. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all were a part of history. What's up, Linda? What's up, Heidi? I see you, Jamal, Crystal. All right, all right. You know the haters hate it when I read the comments and everything like that, but that's what we supposed to do. Oh, also, take a minute to wave hi to everybody because you know them big content creators, yeah, they watch. Don't let them tell you that they don't watch and they don't care about AT2 or nothing like that. All of them watch. They watch me. What's up, Lokestar? Thank you for joining me. So anyway, so I'm here for a second night because I booked it for yesterday for the party and then I booked it for today. Remember, I wanted to have a whole spa room, but didn't work out, whatever. The reason why I came on camera a little late is because like whoever's above me, they getting it on right now. And so what I did was like I was all like, I need to call and tell them they need to be quiet. But honestly, the freak in me, I got my lotion and then put it on and then just went to town. I'm just kidding with y'all. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with y'all. But let's go ahead and get into what we're gonna talk about today. Um, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is y'all laughing at me. What I wanted to get into was Love After Lockup. It's funny because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should do 90 Day Fiancé or Love After Lockup." A lot of you said, "Please don't do 90 Day Fiancé. We already got enough of those. Y'all tired of 90 Day Fiancé." So I'm gonna do Love After Lockup. I actually like Love After Lockup better, so it works. So we're gonna talk about episode 23. And I'm also, and shout out to Heidi. I'm glad you're here right now. We're going to talk about the interview that they had with Dylan's ex employees. But I don't know if they were his ex employees or not, or they just got hustled out of a pyramid scheme. But we're going to talk about that later. Yes, they did fantastic. And I wanted to give them a shout out too because I know how it is when you're in those difficult spots and you are doing an interview and it don't go the way it's planned. I don't know how they do theirs, but the way I do mine, I don't like mine's pre-planned. I say like, hey, we're gonna talk about A, B, C, and D and be ready. And then, you know, whatever we talk about, we talk about. And then when you get people coming in the mix and everything like that, it was crazy, but we'll get into that later. So, Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, X Conversations, season 3, episode 23. That's what we're going to talk about. So, let's start out with okay. Let me preferences for you guys. Honestly, I hate all the couples. Every season, I hate all the couples. Now, I hate the characters that they portray. Let me correct that. I hate the characters they portray. I think the characters that they, whatever the editing is, it makes me hate them all. Okay, yes, they said they're not pre. Okay, thank you, Heidi. She said it's not pre-planned. Heidi, if you're not too sleepy, I'm gonna put the link in after I'm done talking. So if anything you want to clarify that I talk about in your interview, please come on camera and correct me if I say anything wrong. Okay. So anyway, I want to start out with Amber and Puppy. So at first I thought she was saying Puffy, and I was all like, "Oh, like Puff Daddy?" Like I was confused. I didn't watch the season that Amber and Vinny was on, so I'm not too familiar. I'm still confused because I'm all like, so are they a couple? Are they just friends? Like, are they, do they do the do? I'm confused. And I was also wondering, how do you adopt somebody that's an adult? Is that even legal? Is that something that they only do in Georgia? What's up, Chico? Is that something that they only do in Georgia? How do you adopt an adult? I don't understand that. Can somebody explain that? Anyway, the whole thing was that the Vinny dude adopted Puppy, and then he was supposed to give half the check to Amber and Puppy, and they were supposed to split the money basically. So obviously he's not doing that. They called him on the phone. He's saying that he's not going to do it. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He doesn't want to go through it, whatever. But they still want their money. Now we don't know if she's gonna get her money or not, but that's basically the whole storyline. But I'm confused how you adopt somebody who got a mama and who's an adult. I don't get that. Can somebody explain that, please? Heidi said it is legal. How? He was in the military and he is out. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Okay, okay, that's what it is. See, I didn't watch this season. Anyway, I don't really care about this couple. It is what it is. Have fun dating your stepmama, whatever. All right. So next to Shawn and Destiny, another couple I don't like. Basically, I don't like any of the couples. Like I said, I don't like the characters that they portray on the show. I don't hate them personally. So please don't take it personal. But, you suck as a character on a reality show. I'm just saying. Let me see. I talked to Vinny and Puppy agreed. Oh, okay. You guys had an interview with them. Wait, is Vinny the dude with the black girl? I don't know her name. I'm not saying black girl. We color too. So, I'm not being disrespectful. But is that I don't know anything about that. I only heard a little bit, but I've seen her before. Um, so the Shawn and Destiny or whatever, she lives in Reading. That's all the way up north. Have I ever been to Reading? No. Do I want to go to Reading? No, not at all. But if you know anyone from Reading, it explains that whole situation that she is. Shout out to Redden, but not really. Anyway, Destiny, left Vegas and went to Reading and all that stuff. Now she called Shawn on the phone and she's all like, "Yeah, I just need a little time, blah blah blah." And I was all like, "Okay, she needed a little time separation." But then she was like, "Can you give me some money?" Notice she was begging for money. She was like, "Can you give me some money?" And he was like, "Why should I give you money?" And she's like, "Can you just send some money?" I mean, to me, if you were locked up and somebody cashing you out, like, I mean, that explains that situation basically. And then at the end, they left you on a cliffhanger. He's saying he's gonna go find her because he got that money. He put that money on her, and so if she don't show up to court and all that stuff, all that money, he loses all that money. I believe it was like 50,000 or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jarita, yes. Ain't nothing there. Jarita and I are friends, and I speak with Vinny. Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, I have seen you on John's channel, right? I believe there is where a good bit of cannabis is. Yeah, there is cannabis there. Yeah. I just wouldn't live there. Destiny has 5 kids and they're not all around, and he has 6 kids with he with the ex-girlfriend, the one that was on the show, and they was like getting into it. Now I did like that scene. I thought that scene was dope right there. I love it. I love it when people fight on TV. And it's good to see like more than just black people fighting on TV because they be making us look ridiculous. A little rum and coke. Make sure you guys got your drinks up. Cheers, y'all. It's still my birthday, so we still drinking. I was hungover this morning. It was rough, let me tell you. Oh, hold on. Hold on so the haters can hate real quick. Hold on. Boom! Right there. Remember, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Drop $1 or two if you can. And I just want to say shout out to everybody. Shout out to Chico, Katrina, Miss Benita, there was Rachel. There was a few other people too. Oh, Kimmy. There was a few other people that dropped $1 or two, and I appreciate y'all. And I know some of y'all like, wait, I gave them more than $1 or two. I don't want to tell you how much, but thank you guys because, like I say, you don't have to. Support your smaller content creators, and y'all just wanted me to have a dope ass birthday, so I love y'all. Oh, Jamal, you said you're a NorCal native. Okay. I was born in Oakland and then moved to the Valley. Kelly, we interviewed her as well. See, y'all interviewed. I want to ask y'all off camera, like, how do you get interviews with people? Because nobody want to interview with AT2. Y'all can kiss my ass. Moving on. I ain't hating, but I'll be reaching out to people and they don't want to do an interview with AT2. Okay. I'm gonna move on to my second least favorite couple, Andrea and Lamar. Okay, so basically, Andrea, I don't like her because I feel like she pushes like the religion stuff on her son and stuff like that. And I have no problem with religions or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But it's a little bit too much when you keep pushing that and pushing that and pushing that. And she's like, oh, my kids don't see drugs and like talking about weed. First of all, you live in California, it's legal. So I don't understand what you're talking about. And she just keeps pushing that, pushing that, and pushing that. And like I said, the caricature that I see on TV, that's what I don't like. I don't know her personally. But damn, I just hate her storyline. I hate everything about her. She always complaining, whining. Like she gets on my nerves because she does this thing like she's too high and mighty and she's over everybody. Like you're not above anybody. Even though I say AT2 is shit, I know I'm not above anybody, but I am a king. But I ain't above anybody. But the way she just kind of talks down to her husband, I don't like that. That shit ain't cool. Do you guys agree with that or no? You guys like her? I appreciate all the creators who do interviews. Yeah, I do too. Shut up, Chico. Uh, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And the reason why I gotta keep saying that is because if I don't tell your ass, you ain't gonna do it. Also, anyway, so she got mad at her daughter. Well, not mad at her daughter. She got mad at the other kids and her husband because Priscilla ended up saying that, oh, is my sister coming on, going to Africa too? And, you know, her husband has an older daughter or whatever. And it seems like she's mad. But at the end of the day, your daughter has a right to know her other siblings. Like, I don't know that situation. Like, my mom and dad aren't together, but I know my stepsister on my dad's side, and I know my brother and sister. So at the end of the day, don't keep your kids away from. I don't like that. And like I said, there's only so much that you see on TV. So I'm just judging from what I see on TV, but I don't like that shit. Oh, and then she gets in a fight with him. Like she end up pulling up, you know, and getting in a fight, and it's all like she got to stop hitting that man. And I want to talk about that because remember when we were talking about the Shia LaBeouf thing and we were talking about domestic violence and stuff like that, we really were like expressing like how it's not right on either side, but you know, definitely her always hitting them and please stop doing that because we don't want to see that shit on TV. Because if he was to cop back and like pop, it would be a different story. You know what I mean? I don't like that. Let me read some of your comments because I'm kind of thirsty. True, she is jealous of the mother. Linda said the creator is universal. Oh, what's up, Laura? Looked into nearly every religion, and there are man-made rules. Linda, I agree with you on that, but I wanna do an episode about that or a show about that a little bit later because I want to go further into that. But for those of you watching, I do believe in God, but we're gonna skip over that for a minute. My least favorite couple is Sarah and Michael or whatever. They're still married, but she's dating the Malcolm dude. There was some rumor that he was a paid actor. I didn't look into it because, like I said, I just watched the TV show. I don't really get into the rumors and stuff like that about these people. But anyway, so I was a little confused because when you look at Malcolm, he doesn't seem like he even likes her. Like he's just kind of like whatever, you know. He just kind of like it's like watching paint dry. I'm just gonna say that it's no emotion. You know, I don't. Do you actually see Sarah and Malcolm like actually kiss or show any affection towards each other? This is Sarah and Michael. That's the con, and then I shouldn't say that, but that's Michael, and then that's Sarah or whatever. I forgot I had pictures up here. Anyway, I see in the near future that Sarah and Michael probably will get back together, and then she'll get pregnant again. That's what I see in the near future. That's basically it. Not too much interest, and not nothing interesting about that one. Last one is the Quaylen and Chevelle. Excuse me. I don't hate them or anything like that. I honestly feel like they're gonna keep dragging the storyline out and get their check. I know they ain't making love and hip hop money, but you know they probably make like $500 a show. Get that money. I ain't mad at them because Chevelle knows she should already move on. Quaylen and another. We really gonna stretch this shit? That's all I gotta say. Let me read some of your comments. Some say extra. I say enthusiastic. They kissed once. Oh, okay. They kissed for TV. Nope. She is done. Chico said, "Trust me, I love this dude. He's obsessed with me. I know he loves me." Quaylen is the H-Town lead. Only say hi to make sure the life. Yo, the versus battle. It was dope. It was dope as hell. I know some of y'all ain't from the Bay, so y'all ain't gonna agree, but you know, it was dope as hell. Hey Ambers was here, was confused and entertained at this. Yo, I was confused. We gonna talk about it. Don't even worry. What's up, Amber? I see you there. Megan is in Dallas waiting on Michael. Oh yeah, because he was with the other chick. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We are all Jamal. I took a nap after that. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into that. Get into the effery and foolery of that interview. All right, y'all. Is there anything else you want to say about Love After Lockup or anything like that, y'all? I'll wait. I'll give y'all time. Laura said I had a party myself in my bedroom. You forgot about your back, you know? All right, y'all. It's so weird because I usually take like a little commercial break and talk about my birthday, but I mean, it's over with now. So two things. I want to do like a little promo about, you know, possible advertisers and stuff like that. And then also I need to figure out how to get interviews with people because it's like they respond back or they don't. I mean, I guess it must be frustrating for everybody, but let me go ahead and get into Amber and Heidi spills the tea. All right. So basically with this one, I should, oh, after the, yeah. All right. So basically what happened with the interview, they had it was Monica and Connor. I thought his name was Cannon, but it's actually Connor. No, is it Cannon? Is it Can whatever. I think it's Cannon. Is it Cannon or Connor? Let me know, Amber or Heidi. So we just call him C. So Monica and C was on the show. They were talking about how he owed them money and all this how Dylan owed them money. They're in some kind, as I understood it, it seemed like a pyramid scheme. Did it seem like that to y'all too? Mm-hmm. What's up, Willow? Thank you for checking out the show. Dylan, but we called him Cannon. Okay, got it. Oh no, Willow, you just on time. Don't even worry. Anyway, so make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel a little frisky, drop $1 too. But anyway, going into the situation with Monica and Cannon, they said that they used Cannon's Venmo account to send the money to. They were using like burner phones, getting people addresses and stuff like that. I still was really confused because it was kind of all over the place, and I didn't understand. And like I put in the comments, and shout out to you, Amber, because you put it on the screen. I was like, wait, so we arguing over $30-$40 that they owe you? Because what they were saying, like for each phone and each address, it was like $30-$40 or something like that, and they're supposed to give them the money or whatever. It was very confusing because I was like, where are they going with this? Like, you mad over $30-$40, so you're gonna have an interview, you're gonna do this exposing shit and do this interview over $30-$40? It just didn't make any sense to me. In the comments though, Canon ended up clarifying that it was a total of 8,000 that they were supposed to get. But then, if you remember in the interview, Monica was talking about, oh, well, I only needed 20. She only wanted $206 or something like that. She said something like that, and I was hella confused. I was like, what? What? Marissa was deflecting from the facts. Yeah, I want to get into that too as well. So they were kind of going at it, and then this Lexi girl came on. I think her name was Lexi. Remember, I'm just reporting on this shit. I can care less, but I thought it was funny. Lexi is like leaving comments and stuff like that about basically they're lying, and then Amber calls it out and it's all like, let's wait until she finishes and stuff like that. We didn't know who Lexi was. And then this Marissa girl, I didn't know what a Marissa was, but Marissa is actually the fiance of Dylan. And you guys know Dylan recently got arrested and everything like that. Let me put them all up on screen real quick. So Amber on the top left, then you got Heidi on the right. They're the host. And then at the bottom, that's Marissa, and then Lexi, who's the cousin. And then that's Cannon and damn, I just forgot her name, Monica. Yeah, that's them right there. So Marissa ends up getting on the screen, and then I hate when there's two people in the same room and they want to go on StreamYard because it creates an echo. And so like, yo, y'all gotta go in separate rooms. One has to turn down the microphone. A mess. But it was very, very, very entertaining because it was hold on. Emails, they had to create fake emails with real customer list spreadsheet with fake numbers that had to match the customer zip code for solar company to be added to their commission. Oh, thank you. See, I didn't understand. I think okay. I'm not, and this is no disrespect to Amber and Heidi because they did their job, but I think we all were confused. Like, huh? Like, what's going on? Because it just seemed like, oh, you're on drugs. No, you're on drugs. Like when Marissa got on, it seemed like no, you're on drugs, and then they're all like, oh, here we go. Amber and Heidi all like, what the f is going on, right? Marissa and then the other two were going at it, all like, no, you're a crackhead. No, you're a crackhead. No, you do X. No, you do X. No, you're on Xanax. You're on this. You're on that. And it was just like, wait, what's the point? Like, we all were confused. Like, what's the point of all of this? Is it just to slander each other, or was there a point? Like, we were all confused. You should have, Jamal. Oh, I missed the earlier comment. It was all a fraud and just, yeah, that's what, Amber, I want to leave your comment up here because what I was thinking about was like, Cannon and Monica, you're not going to get any money because y'all were doing a pyramid scheme, hustling people. Like, that's illegal. You should be happy that you didn't go to jail. That's what you should be happy about. You know what I mean? Deflecting from Shawn and Dylan was a fraud and a drug dealer. Oh, Heidi, I thought y'all liked Dylan. Y'all don't like him no more? We don't talk anymore. All right, I'm about to put the link down here, but I'm gonna keep going. Heidi or Amber, if you guys want to join in, I'm gonna put the link for you. But yeah, they were going back and forth with allegations about each other, and I'm just all like, and Marissa said she had the facts, she had the information and all that stuff, and she could prove the screenshots and all that. But it was kind of like, yo, what did any of this have to do with Dylan? Because to me, it seemed like this couple right here, over on the right side at the bottom, it just seemed like they were just mad just to be mad. And they were like, you know what? They scammed us out of some money. So we just gonna go on here and just blast them all over. Oh, we got Amber joining. Hold on. Amber, we live, baby. We live.
Oh, we live, baby. Oh,
I know my breakdown
hot.
was a little rough. Did you want to add anything?
Okay, first of all, for anybody who lost brain cells today, I apologize because I think mine are still recuperating. But
Whew.
in our defense, I had told Heidi that these people were off the wall. And so we went ahead with the interview because I was just going to let people make up their own mind about who was telling the truth and who was on drugs and who was not, and who was dealing drugs and who was not, even though the raid did happen and 40 Ritalin pills and some, some H and
Right.
some
And you
MET.
guys got the report and everything like that. So this isn't
Mhm.
something that you're making up
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. So, and a loaded 9 and a loaded 8 and this dude was into some heavy stuff, and you don't come straight out of prison and get into a $3,000 apartment overlooking the Chi-Town skyline.
Right. Yo, I said that in my video when I did a video about Dylan. I was all like, yo, he had like this sky rise in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh
I
yeah.
knew he was doing some,
And I mean,
allegedly. I knew he was doing something.
right. Yeah. I mean, you don't get that from selling solar energy. And, you rocking like 8 or 9 pair of Michael Kahn shoes. Michael Hahn. I don't know who the hell. It's too fancy for me to
One of
even
those
know.
Michaels, yeah. Some I can't
Yeah.
afford.
Yeah, exactly. But, I like, you know, the thing that, I have all the screen messages, I have all the text messages. Yes, do I think Marissa is not as good as she claims she is? Absolutely. She is
Mm-hmm.
vulgar, her mouth. I could not even display half of the text messages because of the way both of these women, young women, were talking to each other.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and in Marissa's defense, which is very, very lenient for me to say, it did seem like Monica was coming off as desperate for money,
Right.
um,
Because like I
yeah,
said, if they just owe you $30, $40, like damn, like there's over 200 people in this live, like we can each send you $1 if it was
right.
that
I mean,
serious.
we can cash app it. It's not that big
Right,
of a
yeah. I was
deal.
like, damn, is it that serious? Over $30, $40? Shit, I'm about
But
to start putting everybody on blast for my $30, $40 because there's
right,
a few people
yeah,
that owe me. Shit.
right. So, my thing was, of course, like when I talked to her off camera, it seemed a little bit off and she kept derailing. And I was just like, okay, when we do this interview, we have to stay focused. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask Cannon a question. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason, because both, his real name is Dylan, and then we had Dylan Smith. And so
Right.
he goes by Cannon. And I think, honestly, I don't know if you caught it, but I knew they were going to try to throw up this OnlyFans stuff, and I cut it off immediately.
Right.
And I was like, you ain't getting no kind of free promo out of this interview at
No.
all.
No
And
free promo, ho. No free promo.
no. And so as soon as he started with his, oh yeah, and the OnlyFans, oh oops, oh my bad, oh God, I cut him off, my bad. Mm-mm. We don't do that over here. Mm-mm.
Right. You
No,
ain't coming on here to promote your
you're on
OnlyFans.
my block. You're on my block. Go host somewhere
Right.
else anyway. But no, like this chick was just all over the place. Like she talked over him a lot, even just during the pre-interview. And I was like, okay, we've got to get it under control. And then when I saw Marissa, which was technically my all-out agenda, was to get Marissa involved. Like it's
Mm.
chess, not checkers. Okay.
Did you know who the Lexi girl was? Because I had no
Lex
idea.
Lexi is Dylan's cousin.
Yeah, but did you know that when you had put the comment up there?
Oh yeah, she had said it in the chat room previous.
Oh, so you knew what you were doing. Okay, okay,
Oh
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's chess,
Check is
not
not
checkers.
chess. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you. Do your
yeah,
thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. So, and I knew, Heather had shouted out, that the interview was going to happen yesterday. Something happened, I guess, to his mother the other night. True or not true, I don't know, but, it was postponed. And
Mhm.
she messages me this morning and she said that she'd been getting death threats and she had a new page
Mm.
posted about her, something about Monica can't have kids or something. And then, she was just shaking. She was nervous. She was this. And I'm like, okay, well, like, do you want to do it or not? And then it was about 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, look, okay, we can go live in about an hour. Take something, whatever you do. I don't know what you want to do. You say you don't
Right.
do nothing, but yet you was quick to take that PERC the other night with that Marissa supposedly supplied you with. And
Mm.
I felt like I kind of had to check Marissa on her little mouth because I'm a 41-year-old grown woman and I got kids that don't talk to me the way she tried to come at me
Because
about.
she tried to call you out about the whole Dylan thing, saying like you were making accusations that he was doped up, but you never
uh
said that. And I was gonna mention
no,
that you
and
never said he was doped up. You just
same.
said like, "Yo, he
He
passed out,"
passed
and I was
out.
like, "What the hell's going on?" And then
Yeah.
you didn't even want to expose that he texted you and told you that he took something. You
Right.
never told
Right.
anyone that. You
Mm-hmm.
said that because she tried to come after you. So it's all like, okay, well, shit. I'm gonna just
Okay.
spread it.
All right. Yeah. You
I'm
want
gonna
to
tell what it
disrespect
is.
me? Okay. And I gave you a little platform. So let me tell you what I got. I got the receipt of your man telling me that he had took a pill and he passed out during my live. One of my two that he actually came back on my panel. But the very first one was where he literally nodded out on
Mhm.
my live. I brought him up twice and he nodded out both times. So she can, when she said start rumors and blah blah blah, I'm like, there's no rumor, honey. He passed out straight up.
Right. That's what you were saying. You
Yeah.
didn't say like, oh, he was on something that made him pass out. No, he literally passed
Yeah.
out. And you said I was trying to save him, so I took him off camera. But
Yeah.
Amber, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna take you off screen. What I'm gonna
Yeah.
do is put me big up because the whole time when they was going back and forth, I was all like, this is celebrity rehab.
Oh yeah.
That's what it looked like. It looked like a celebrity rehab with fake Dr. Drew on it. And
Uh,
to me, it seemed like before they all got on the interview, they did this. And this is all alleged. It's for fun and games, but it looks like they did this. They all look
um,
like they did that shit. That's what I got. I was all like,
yeah. 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 Nobody could
allegedly.
sit still. Nobody could sit still. The only two people that were sitting still were Cannon and Monica, but she couldn't concentrate far enough. I felt like I was talking to my 13-year-old with ADHD because,
Right.
it's like, I'm like, okay, I see a blue sky with a pink elephant in it. And she was like, no, there's a purple zebra over in the left side of the room. And, we're talking about popcorn. And I'm like,
Right.
no, get back on track to the pink
Right.
elephant. And,
Well, the reason why is because
yeah, right, right. So I'm like,
allegedly.
I mean, did I need to like, give you a dose of my son's medicine? I don't know. Like you just seemed off kilter of everything. But
Right. And how did they end up mentioning that you were taking? I forgot what you said you take, but how did they end up asking you about what you take and stuff like that? Because I was like, what does that have to do with anything?
because Marissa, his fiance, said that he is prescribed, Xanax, pretty much Xanax.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I think everybody in America pretty much can get a Xanax prescription. I mean,
Hmm.
pretty, which, I got 3 kids that I'm homeschooling. I don't lie about it. I'm able to take up to 3 a day prescribed. Do I take them all the
Right.
time? Absolutely not. But if they made me pass out cold like he did in my live, then I don't think I would be able to homeschool 3 kids. That's why I said I don't think that was a Xanax that he was taking.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, Xanax does not make somebody go from the way we're talking to like we're doing this conversation right here, and then all of a sudden you hear me. No.
Right.
It don't happen. You know, like, I mean,
Right.
that's how quick it was. It was like he was up moving around, you know, pumping his fist in the air, and then all of a sudden he leans back on the couch, just takes a puff of something, and then like the camera just falls, and I'm like, what just happened?
Now, question: did you have him on there for too long or longer than what he was expected, or was it
Oh,
supposed to
no.
be like a hangout? Like, because you know, like sometimes you want to end the live and then somebody keep going and going and going. You're like, come on now. You know, that's what you're saying in your head. Okay.
No, he was only on there for maybe like 15, 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it was
And
very short, if I
yeah, it was
remember.
very short. Yeah, because it was almost like it was a very sporadic interview. You know, it wasn't like something that we, you know, had planned. I just messaged him and he was like, okay, cool. You know, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
when you said something about, you know, doing interviews, I was like, oh yeah, do his message them, because, you know, and you don't technically like say that you want to interview them, you know, especially if they're on the season, because they are under NDA. You know, I know Bree, I know Alan, the producers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you want them on your show, you know, they can come up and just talk real life, like, or they can talk about the show that just aired, nothing
Just
past
aired,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so you know, you
Okay.
have to throw in the fact that, you know, you respect the NDA process. If you need to get in touch with Bree, toss out Alan's name, whatever, you know, and just say, you know, I just want you on the show to talk about tonight's episode and what led up to tonight's episode. That's about it.
Oh,
And
okay. Because there is not anyone related to reality TV, but there is someone that I've been trying to get an interview with, and they playing games. But I think it's because they're a little cuckoo sometimes, and
oh
that's
yeah,
why it's
well
not
yeah,
going correctly. But I'll ask you that off camera though.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Also, I wanted to ask, like, what were you thinking the whole time when, like, you had, like, because there was moments where you, like, had to mute them and everything, and then you took them off screen. Like, what was your honest opinion? Like, what was going on? Were you like, this is some BS, or like, like
I
you guys
felt
did a great job trying to keep it together. And you know, I always make fun of Heidi because of her facial
her
expressions and
facial
everything in
expressions
the
kill
chat.
me. Like I have
Crack
to mute
me up.
myself. Yeah, I have to mute myself sometimes because I'm laughing. But no, when I'm like watching, like today, I literally like wish life gave me an automatic mute button for when one of my 3 kids go at it. My 2 oldest go at it the most because I have a 6-year-old
Mhm.
too. But
Oh,
like, I felt like I was in the middle of like my 13 and 15-year-old arguing. And so I was just like, oh, this is easy. Like, mute. Okay, now talk. Okay, now unmute. Now you mute. Now talk. Okay, now we can talk. This is not Jerry Springer. Okay,
right.
so you know, and so the mute button is a very powerful thing as
Oh,
as a
yes.
as a host. So when they get out of hand, you just put them in timeout like some kids, and that's what I felt like I was doing. You know.
Right. And also I felt that it was like kind of like Marissa wanted to come on and explain her situation, which I get. You know, anybody talking about us, we gonna want to defend ourselves, right? That's
Right.
naturally as humans. I
Mm-hmm.
but I feel that at the same time you can't attack a host from doing their job. And I felt
Right.
like there were times when they were like really trying to come at you in
Oh yeah.
particular and be all like, oh, you know, you're trying to spread false information, and you know why I know the Lexi girl was all like, why even have them on your show? It looks bad for you guys. Well, you're
No, it
not
don't.
endorsing them. It doesn't look bad on
No,
you.
because you know, like I said, it's chess, not checkers. Because I had reached out to, which I had Dylan's personal
Hmm.
number, and
Oh, okay, you did. It seemed like
yeah.
everybody had his personal number.
Oh well, yeah. You know, I mean, I wasn't calling him for the reasons that others probably were, but
Hmm.
anyway. But you know, it was very ironic that, you know, all of a sudden, because when I had reached out to him about the arrest, I said, you know, call me back. Is this true? No
Mm-hmm.
response. Okay. And so then I reached out to Marissa, like, and I was like, hey, Dylan's been on my platform twice before. What's the deal? No response. So what better way? It's like fishing. You throw your line out there, and then boom, you got two people that want to come forward and talk about how bad Dylan was. Well, look who shows up in the
Right.
comments. Boom,
Boom.
got my interview.
Right.
Mhm.
That was so perfect. Like, honestly, to tell
Strategic.
you the truth, like, that's how you do it. Man, you're gonna have to teach me your way. You need to charge people and teach them how to do that shit, because that was genius right there. I didn't even get, like, that was like really the end goal and everything like
Yeah,
that, because
I wanted
at the
I
end of
wanted
the day,
Marissa.
right, at the end of the day, did you believe everything that
I
Cannon,
didn't.
aka Connor, whatever, was
I,
saying?
I didn't believe a damn word.
Yeah, no, and nobody believed it. Everybody
I
was
didn't believe
like,
I didn't believe nothing, and that's why it's like when Marissa kept saying allegedly he was caught with this and this, and no, honey, it's in the news. It's in the newspaper. There was a raid that happened in your apartment that you are supposedly not aware that there were 40 Adderall pills, whatever it was, Adderall pills, whatever. I
mhm.
don't know, whatever the news thing was.
Yeah, because it did seem like there was a lot of deflecting. Like, we don't know, both of them, Lexi and Marissa. It was like,
Yeah.
we don't know if this is what they found. We don't know. We don't know anything. We don't
Hmm.
know, if that. And it was all like, okay, well, the report said this. So
Yeah.
the better answer would have been like, hey, we have a lawyer and we can't speak
Right.
about what they found.
Correct.
We're going to let the courts to handle it. There's a way. I don't have any media training, but I know from doing this whole podcasting thing and then
Hmm.
going to live shows how you conduct things. And
Yeah. All you
they
have to
didn't
say
have
is
any
no
media
comment.
training. I feel like they should. And whenever you go on TV, you should have some kind of media training.
Right. Yeah. And again,
Mhm.
it's like dealing with kids. They want to run their mouth and be all really, badass and all of that. And it's like, okay, keep talking, honey. Like, keep talking. Like, I'm
Right.
just gonna let you talk. Because I covered for your man once, but now you want to come at me. So, okay, I'm going to let you keep talking and dig the hole even further for your man. Because, like I
Mhm.
said the other night, I feel like he's going to look like Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in life at the end of life when he gets out. When he gets out, he's going to have his toes stuck in a bottle cloud.
Crystal, I'll go ahead and put the link after I'm done. I'll put it in the description so you can watch it.
Thank you. But yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Definitely. I mean, I'm talking about you guys, so at least that's the least I can do. You know. Also, I wanted to ask you another thing. Like, with this interview that you did, like, do you think, like, are you worried like she might call some people from the network and be like, "Hey, don't send anybody her way," or any kind of retaliation, or no?
um, that chick wasn't even on the show. Okay, so she don't have. I have Bree and I have Alan, and Alan is the main producer.
Hmm.
So nah, I'm not worried about it. Because if I wanted somebody from season 3, just which is this past season, I contacted Bree or I contacted Alan and got him on my show that night. So it's just it's who you know.
Okay, okay. So there's not
So
gonna be no retaliation or anything
she
like
don't
that if
she
you
she
try to.
don't have no pull. She's
Oh,
all mouth and mm, yeah, no
okay.
pull.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure because I was like, man, hopefully, she doesn't try to pull any stuff and like get you guys shut down or any. I mean, I know she can't do that, but
No.
no negative towards you guys because, like I said, you guys did a great job trying to control that interview. It was
Hmm.
messy, it was all over the place, and we were all confused. Like, okay, so you mad because you got hustled out of a pyramid scheme, but you guys were hustling other people out their money, so you didn't get
Yeah,
your cut of
if
the money, so
somebody
now you're mad.
if somebody tells me that I need burner phones and I got to create fake emails and I get paid $30 per fake emails as an adult and not an altered state of mind user, um, I'm gonna be like, this don't sound right.
Right.
Like why do I have to create fake emails? So Don't tell me that you did not know that this was some sort of fraud scheme, whatever, because anybody that can come up straight out of prison and get into a $3,000 Skyline Chicago, or $3,000 a month Skyline Chicago apartment with all the furnishings that he had and the Versace and the stuff that he was rocking, you
Hmm.
know, I mean, but like I said, my son is doing 6 years in prison too myself, so I
Right.
hope,
You were very honest about that. And I like how we can take these conversations and relate them to real life. That's what my
right,
show is about. So I appreciate you being honest about that. You're not trying to come off as perfect or anything like
no,
that.
no, my son screwed up.
Mhm.
And Dylan, guess what? You screwed up 36 times. There's a reason why you got 35 mugshots. And I've been saying that. There's a reason why you got 35 mugshots, now 36. And this 36th one is probably going to make you do some life, you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I mean, I don't want anyone locked up per se, but there is consequences to the stuff that you do if this report is true that we're
right.
getting.
And if it is true, it falls under, you are a danger to society, because you know any kind of drug related passing aways. I'm trying to be real,
You're right.
candid.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Careful. Yeah.
The rate of things happening to people overdosing or whatever, and you are supplying those people, you are a danger to society, and
Hmm.
you do not need to be out on the streets. And if it is true, then I feel like he is exactly where he belongs. Like, he's been 35 times, now 36. So if you hadn't learned after the first two, three, 5 times, 10 times, 36, like, it is what it is. You deserve to be there.
Right.
You don't want to do right. You do not want to follow the law. Period.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, I did want to ask you one thing. Someone in your comment section had mentioned, like, he probably should have left Chicago. Do you think that he should have left Chicago, or was it a thing where he couldn't leave Chicago and that's why he was there?
I don't know so much about that, but I know, like, what I did the report on before we ever even set up that interview. We had been covering the Dylan thing from the night that he was arrested, and I looked up every single code that he was booked under, from the abscondent. Like, he was already abscondent, from his
Mhm.
PO. So,
Right.
meaning that, he did not even, report back to his PO. He was not following the rules from the jump. So they could have easily got him on just being, absconded from his PO. But
Right.
I do think that Monica and Cannon, with their police call that night, because of what she told me on the phone, was
Oh,
kind of
he's on parole.
contradictory to what Marissa was saying. Was like, no, they came in with his parole officer, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
No, that's not right, because Marissa and Cannon literally called 2 days before, and she had told me on the phone that she had a female detective that she called the next day, which is why I don't understand why she didn't say that. But she called the very next day, and within 24 hours, they had a warrant to search his apartment and raided the apartment and found all of that.
Mm.
So, a lot of people in the comments were saying, that's what they call a snitch. That's what they call a snitch.
Right.
You snitch. But at the
Mhm.
same time, Dylan, you shouldn't be doing nothing wrong, allegedly.
Yeah, and it sucks because, like, sometimes you feel helpless, and I think maybe with these people putting them on TV like right away, like right when they get out, because I know that's kind of like the thing, they want to capture that moment when they first get out. But what I think about, like, what kind of counseling do they do? Is there any counseling that they do? Do they get them like a PR team? Set them up with PR people, or basically they sign up on the show, record their life, and then that's it, and then they go about their day. Like what is kind of because when you get out, it's like a rehabilitation system that you
Mhm.
need, because these people are literally thrown out on the street, and like, okay, well, you served your time, there you go. Like there's no kind of program really, except with their parole officer and stuff like that. So
Right.
do you think they need like some kind of like PR team with them, and like kind of
As far as like, I just know, when people go to jail for, drugs or like an addiction, or,
Mhm.
something like that, they're actually thrown into jail as a crime. They
Right.
should not be thrown into a halfway house where the drugs are still rampant, because, like
Mhm.
I've had John, the Native American guy with Christiana on my platform before.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, and Christiana, she relapsed, from being and I don't want to like give her a pass, because it's an everyday choice whether you want to stay sober or whether you don't.
Right.
And she gave in to that, you know, failing her sobriety thing. Um, but at the same time, you don't throw them in a rehab, or in a halfway house. Throw them in a
Mhm.
rehab. Learn, teach them coping mechanisms. Teach them how to become a viable part of society. Because they already have so many things stacked against them as far as being a
Exactly.
felon.
Trying
There
to get a
definitely needs
job,
to be
it's
some
not as easy. I can see how
right.
people fall back into their old habits, and I think that's why,
Exactly.
not to get too heavy, but I think that's why it's so important that people keep pushing, fighting for social justice reform, because I
Right.
feel like
Yeah.
the system sets you up to put your ass back into that horrible
Right.
situation, basically.
Because
You know?
yeah, and what a lot of people don't realize is because I did an interview with an ex inmate, and I did not even know this, but the system is set up especially for African American men. My son is African American. He's adopted, and it's pretty much set up for failure, because once they get out, they have everything against them. They have the felony on them. They can't rent an apartment. They can't get a real job, a good paying job. There's so many things. So what do? People go back to resorting to the things that they knew could bring them in money and revenue. So then they fall back into that old habit of getting fast money quick so that they can purchase, or pay somebody to get them an apartment or pay somebody to get them a car. And,
Right.
and it's a never ending cycle. Well, then they get busted. But what people don't know is that there are actual stocks, like on stocks. You can do stocks on prisons, and it is a no fail system of getting
Mm.
money, because they get paid so many amounts of dollars for every inmate that is put back into the system. So it is a no fail. Like if you want to make a good money, some good money, you would invest in the prison system on
Yeah.
stock.
And it's like messing with people's lives.
Yes.
It's crazy the way the system is, and it's horrible. It's
Mhm.
effing. I want to use the F word, but I'm trying to be good,
Yeah.
but
Right.
it's
Right.
effing horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's horrible, and it's like, as far as my son coming out, I plan on having him, here, but I do have that, don't be doing nothing shady type stuff,
Right.
groundwork going on in his head. And, it's just, I know it's going to be hard for him to get a job. I know, it's going to be hard for him to get a mode of transportation, and he's going to be dependent on me a lot. And it's going to be just like having another teenager in the house, even though he's 24 years old, you know.
Right.
But, um,
Exactly.
I just don't want him to go back. That's the biggest thing.
That's the main goal. Like keep
Yeah.
them from going back. You're right.
Right. Hmm.
Another question for you, and then I want you to go ahead and give the people your information where they can find you at. Do you think that Dylan gets a pass because of his looks? Because I think like
Absolutely.
he gets a fair shake in the media because of his looks. Because
Well,
my
he's
ugly
like,
ass, I wouldn't get no fair shake. They lock me up and throw away the key. Death
well,
penalty. That's what my ass would have got. You know?
well, like you watch 90 Days, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my co-host thinks Dylan is a cat's meow, and she got her little hot flash a few times, and and so when we were reporting about Dylan, first she was like, "Oh no, not my Dylan, Dylan, no, no," and I was like, "Would you be that upset if it was Big Ed? Come on, for real." It's Dylan. I mean, okay, he's fine. Let's give it to him. He's fine, okay? But now he's fine for Big Bubba and Cell Block 8, okay? So, I mean, it is what it is, because I do think, just like the Jeremy Meeks guy that, he was in prison and everybody was like, oh
Oh,
my
the
God,
Jeremy
he could be
Meeks.
a
Yeah.
model.
But he took that opportunity and made
He
and
he changed
he
it.
got him
Right.
a $1 billion princess and stuff like that. He
Right.
went overseas. Like he took it and he ran with the opportunity. Dylan didn't do the same thing.
Right. Exactly. And Dylan had plenty of options to be a model. He had the look, he had the hair, he had the eyes, he had the abs. I mean, he had model material, body, style, whatever, and he
Yeah.
chose to do something wrong. So, does he get a pass for that? Maybe with the ladies, but in society and versus law, no, you are a hardened criminal. You are a felon, and you knew what you
Right.
were doing was wrong, pretty boy looks or not, you're a felon at the end of the day. You're
Yeah.
just a pretty one.
And another thing about the and I don't want to blame it on the producers of Love After Lockup, but I will say it seems like for people like the and again, reality TV, it's a stretch because it's a reality in that situation and not the reality of everything and the scope of everything. But it seems that other reality shows, and I'll give you an example. Even though Love and Hip Hop is ratchet TV, it seems at the same token that they take care of their people where they have other business opportunities.
Right.
And maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
just because the people have a business mind of Frank, because, some of them used to be like big stars and now they're
Mm-hmm.
has-beens, and then it
Yeah.
kind of gives them a resurgence and stuff like that with that show.
Mm-hmm.
With the Love After Lockup, it seems like they literally film the TV show and that's it. There's no other deals that they do. Maybe the money, no, not maybe. The money isn't as great or as grand
No.
as the Love
No.
and Hip Hop people. So maybe that has something to do with it. Like, do you think there should be like maybe more I definitely think they should get a raise because Love After Lockup is big now. It's like
Yeah.
kind of like one of the quarantine things that we love. Like,
Yeah.
do you? So my question, because I kind of rambled, I'm sorry, but
It's
my
okay.
question is like, do you think there should be like more kind of like protection or more opportunities for them with WeTV? Like, can they do like a pillow talk or something like that, like they do with the 90 Day Fiance people? They have the pillow talk and stuff like that. Like it seemed like they always use their people.
Yeah, I think maybe what we TV is, which is it's still sharp entertainment, and it's still pretty much the same. TLC, we TV, all of that, it's still sharp entertainment, and it's funny that the 90 Day cast, they actually get paid less per episode than the Love After Lockup, because Love After
What?
Lockup, yes, Love After Lockup cast members, which it only goes to the civilian. It does not go to the actual inmate. So
Ooh.
if the civilian breaks their NDA, like Heather, okay, Heather started talking before the season was already up because Dylan was getting the limelight. So
Right.
Heather broke the NDA, which meant Dylan was not going to get paid because he was the convict. So,
Man.
Marcelino and Brittany, I did an interview with them a while back. You know, um, Brittany did not get any money until Marcelino chunked her out some change. Tyrese has been on my show, and once Tyrese saw that clip of, Shonda, talking, about why she hadn't talked to him or whatever. He smooth cut her off with a paycheck, you know. So I mean, it's just the civilians have, all control of the money, and so they get $2,000 per episode that they are filmed in, that they're shown in.
Shown
So
in,
just
yeah, because sometimes they don't show all the
right,
like Lindsay and stuff wasn't in the
he
show
wasn't on
this time.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they did not get paid
wow.
for this
So per
Friday.
time they're shown.
Right, per show, per episode that they are shown in. So, but I think, as far as, because they are dealing with a lot of addicts that, come out of the prison system, I think that if they're going to be thrust into the spotlight and have cameras and their whole life on film and people judging them and critiquing them and belittling them and following their every move for every time they screw up or they say something that, the followers don't like or whatever, they do need to have therapy. They need to be, in some sort of counseling, to deal with this instant stardom that they've come into, with this TV show that's very, very popular,
Right.
and WeTV does not do that. They thrust you out there, put you a camera on, and eight
Yeah.
people following your every move for 12 hours a day. And what a lot of people don't realize even about this season is Tyrese and Shonda, they were actually filmed in 2018. So now it's just now being aired. So imagine taking,
Oh, and
yeah,
wasn't Heather and Dylan done in 2019?
2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Scott and Lindsay were more up to date with the COVID thing, but
Right. Andrea and Lamar were up to date too.
okay, don't get me started on Andrea with her. Yeah, ugh. She's just a plain out actress, like for real. I already did a whole video, like she was on Dance Moms or whatever. I don't know, whatever she was
Oh,
on
I
top.
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and she actually moved from Houston at 17 years old to the Demon City that she's been trying to keep her kids out of, to California, and moved Nyla back to California. That's when they reconnected with Lamar. And she had said on the episode of Dance Moms that she was going to be on a new show where she's writing an inmate. So she was setting it up like from the jump. She wanted to be, and she has it listed. She's an actress. So
Ooh. Yo,
gotta do
I
your
just knew
homework.
it.
Gotta
Like
do
I
your
was saying,
homework.
like it just didn't seem her arguing, always fighting and everything like that. Like
Oh,
it
I
just
can't even
didn't
watch.
make
I
any
fast
sense.
forward because she's acting. She's acting. Like I don't think there's a grown man out there that would put up with half the stuff she put. Like, you know.
Right. And I said she need to keep her hands off of him. She need to stop hitting him because if it was the other way around, there'd be an uproar. Keep your hands to yourself, even if you are acting, damn it.
Right. Yeah. No, she's very violent to be such a Mormonized woman. I'm just saying,
Right.
you know. But
Well, Amber,
yeah,
I don't want to keep you too long. Go ahead and give the people your information where they can find you at.
it's right up there on the screen. It's Amber and Heidi Spills TEA-V TV. So and then it's the same on Instagram. Heidi is
Heidi, go
H.
to bed.
Yeah, Heidi ain't going to bed. She's gonna call me right after this one. And talk about how I threw her under the bus about her hot flash with Dylan. Okay. Oh, and don't forget D-Mark, he also came on our platform the other night. I swear to God, I thought Heidi was gonna pass out. She wanted to see every tattoo, where they were. She was gonna play the Where's Waldo tattoo on his body. Like, oh my God. And then when he took his shirt off, Heidi dang near passed out. But okay. Anyway,
Oh my God. Well,
but yeah.
Amber, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for clarifying what was going on in the interview because we
And
was
I'm still
all
confused.
motherfucking confused.
I'm still confused. So
Yeah,
anybody
we
that
still
goes to
like to
watch
be
that
confused
interview,
until next year, right?
yeah, for real. Like anybody that goes to watch that interview, just have you some wine and just sit back and just watch the comedy show unfold
Right.
because it was
Just watch the comedy show, because like I said, allegedly
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Amber, thank you so much for coming on the show. I love you to death.
Thank you.
Man, like thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like,
You
share,
are welcome.
subscribe. I'm about to play the outro and then we out, y'all.
All right. You're welcome on our platform anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We definitely
Right.
gotta do something together.
Yes, for sure. For sure. All right. Have a good night. Bye,
You too.
everybody.
Deuces, y'all. Bye, everybody.
Deuces. Super sipper out.